Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, what we're going to be talking about is things I love about my Abarth 595 Trofeo. So I've put about 1,200 miles on the clock right now, and I've spent a good few hours inside this car driving it now. So I think I know the ins and outs, the bad points and the good points. But today we're only going to be talking about the things that I love about this little pocket rocket, the Abarth 595 Trofeo. So the first thing that we're going to start off by talking about in, let's say, the top 5 things that I love about my Abarth 595 Trofeo is, of course, the Record Monza Edition exhaust system. So you have 4 tailpipes, which really looks the part. You have those pops and bangs that you guys can hear, hopefully in the back. If not, there's a GoPro attached to the back of the car anyway, so you guys will be able to hear those pops and bangs for definite in some clips that I'll insert as I am driving in the car. And the next interesting thing that I love about the Record Monza exhaust system is that it's Valvetronic, and that is something that I didn't know until recently, that apparently if you put it over 3,000 RPM you get those giant bangs just like that, and it opens up one of the valves, I think, to increase obviously noise, and I don't know if it increases power. It probably is just for noise, but once those valves are open, it uses like the exhaust gas pressure and forces a valve open to give you more sound and more pops and bangs, which is pretty neat to have on a tiny little 1.4 litre tuned up Fiat 500. It just makes it that more exciting, and you can never get bored of that awesome sound that you have from that Record Monza Edition exhaust system. So the next thing that I really like about my Abarth 595 Trofeo is this little thing right here, and it may just look like a data cable to you guys, but this could actually save you a good £500 or maybe even 700 when you're speccing your Abarth 595 Trofeo. And that is because the Abarth 595 Trofeo comes with the 7-inch Uconnect system, which will allow you to have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So here we have it, the 7-inch Uconnect system, and the reason why I really like this system is, 1, it saved me a whole load of money, and 2, because it works very well with my Android smartphone. So you simply just plug it in. Once it's in, you just press the Android button right there, and then here you go. You'll be taken to pretty much most of the things that you do have on your phone. So you've got your maps, you've got your phone, you've got the home button, you've got your music. So if you do have Spotify, any other musical apps, Deezer, all stuff like that, it will come on this system here. And then there's your return home button. But the really handy feature is you've pretty much got the sat nav right here in front of you, and you don't have to pay that extra £700, or I think it may be 500, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, for the sat nav system. And it works really well. It's exactly like Google Maps that you have on your mobile. It's really accurate. I mean, the buttons, the touchscreen is excellent on here, and if you want to use voice control, you also can. And that's the good feature. You could use the voice control from your steering wheel, and it will text people, make calls for you. It's a really handy feature to have without having to fork out the extra money. So if I wanted to go home right now, or go through any previous destinations that I've been to, press home, and there you go. It's going to take me straight back home, and I've got the satellite navigation right here without having to worry about putting it up on these dash mounts. It's all here and done for you. So we've talked about the Monza Record exhaust system, and we've talked about Android Auto. So those are kind of little things. I mean, exhaust plays a big part in your everyday enjoyment of having a car. and the Android Auto is the convenience of not having to worry about texting while driving or having to look at your phone. I mean, I wouldn't recommend any of those, but it just takes away that connection from worrying about your mobile phone. So if you get a message, it will read it out for you, etc. Now, the driving pleasure. We need to get to the driving, and the next thing we're going to be talking about is sport mode. So here it is, the beautiful dash of the Abarth 595 Trofeo. You've got your boost gauge right there, your digital dial right here, but if we press this little button right here, you'll see everything changes. You've got the red checkered flags, you've got this little G-ometer right here, your revs go up here, and then you actually get a little shift light up here. There's your gauges, your temperature gauges, and there's your fuel, which you will see go down pretty drastically if you do have a good hoon. And then, if we didn't notice already from this beautiful little display that we have here now, our trusty little boost gauge has now got a sport logo lit up, so it lets us know we're now in sport mode. So let's take it for a little blast and see why we enjoy sport mode so much. So straight away we are greeted with a completely different little machine. I don't know if you guys got those pops and bangs right there, but the minute you put that sport mode on, if you don't use it very often, it's probably better depending on where you drive it, because if you try and put sport mode on in London, you're just going to end up frustrating yourself, which is why I tend to come away on a weekend, on a Sunday morning, and have a proper blast through these roads, because that's when you can really appreciate the car. Because a Fiat 500 belongs in London, and a Abarth belongs on these kind of roads right here. You get more direct steering. I mean, the steering is absolutely fantastic already. It's brilliant. I mean, it's so direct. You could just literally move the steering wheel with your little finger and it's in the corner, and it's just absolutely brilliant. And the noise, bang, yes, it's just so addicting. What a fantastic little feature that you have on this car. So you get kind of like an economy mode when it's not in sport mode, but it just makes such a difference having that sport button. It just changes the whole experience of the car, and I think every car should come with a sport button that at least does something. And one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about the exhaust system earlier, well, this is my opinion, everything here is my opinion, you may disagree, you may agree. I think as a hot hatch, the Abarth, I think across the whole range, is probably the best sounding stock hot hatch on the market, I think, that you can buy today. And I'm not, maybe if you guys know any that I've missed out, possibly, that may sound better, then please let me know. But I think it just sounds incredible. So, number 4 on the list of the things I love about my Abarth 595 Trofeo is the character. The character that this little car has is, it's just so fantastic. You've got 4 tailpipes on something that is the size of my shoe, and my feet aren't very big. You've got this diffuser on the back, which is color coded to match with your wing mirrors, and the amazingly large front splitter that you have on the front of the car, which is also color coded in red. You've got these perforated and ventilated discs, these big brakes, and these awesome 17-inch matte black wheels, and then the noise that comes from that exhaust system. I just think the car's, it's not trying to be something that it's not, because it's not some crazy brute, but it sounds like it. And I don't know if that kind of makes sense to you guys. It sounds like a brute. It's not a brute. It's a subtle, cute little pocket rocket that has got the looks. It's got the looks. It's got the X factor. Let's put it that way. I just love the way it looks. The spoiler, that little aerial, well, which I've fitted myself anyway, but that aerial that it comes with to make it look like some sort of RC car. It's just such a quirky and fun little car. And then when you enter the inside, you've got these awesome sort of shaped seats that are just perfect, and you've got this huge steering wheel that just holds you on for dear life when you're in corners. And this boost gauge, it's just, there's so many things to love about this car, and those are all the things that I kind of missed before I was an owner of an Abarth. I didn't get it, but the minute you test drive one of these cars, or you're a passenger, you get it. You absolutely get it, because it's just a brilliant little, it has character. You end up loving it. The cute little lights it has, the steering, the seats, it ticks every box for me. I mean, I'm not into great big cars, but this for me is perfect. It's absolutely perfect for me. So the next and final thing that I want to talk to you guys about, the 5 things that I love about my Abarth 595 Trofeo, is of course the handling. The way this little pocket rocket handles is absolutely superb. There are a few little things that I would possibly change regarding handling. I would possibly, well, I am looking to do it, to put a strut brace under the hood of the car, because I just think it needs just that little tiny bit more stiffness in the corners. I mean, sometimes it can be a little bit floaty if you go into the corners at the wrong speed or in the wrong gear, which is kind of normal anyway in a car that's just literally come out of the factory. It's not going to have everything on there. There are going to be things that you're going to want to change yourself, which is why the modifications you can do to this car are going to be very, very nice indeed. So I put a strut brace on the car, but the torque vectoring that this car has is absolutely brilliant. You can nail it into a corner with one hand on the steering wheel, and there's been moments where I've gone into corners in this car and thought to myself, okay, brown stuff maybe about to come out, but then it just locks. It just stays in one place, and it just, once it's there, you are not going anywhere. It's like being hugged by a big fluffy bear. There is no escape. You know you're not safe, but the bear's not going to let you go. You are not going to be in any danger, because this car has got you. Now, I don't know what limit you can push it to, but I've cornered at some pretty breakneck speeds, and it's just stuck in and stayed there. And that's one thing I love. You can literally from zero, from standstill, you can flatten the throttle through the gears, and the steering wheel will not move. I've only ever once had the traction control light come on, and that was on a pretty damp day. So there you have it, guys. That's my 5 favourite things that I love about my Abarth 595 Trofeo. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and maybe if you are in the market for an Abarth, or specifically this model, maybe it has sort of given you a better idea of maybe if you'll be purchasing one of these, or maybe going for a different model. I think value for money, this is probably the best option to go for. Next week we're going to be looking at the things that I dislike, and I'm going to think long and hard, because there are not many things that I dislike about this car. So that's going to be next week's video. Hopefully I'm going to aim to do a video every weekend around about 6 PM, because at the moment I'm currently working away from home, so the weekends I will dedicate to making videos guys. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you